S25 Ultra another look is out, and I've got not just one or two, but more than 3 amazing news about the Galaxy S25 Ultra, including the new look at the design. These are the third-party cases for the S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra. If you spot the difference, comment below. If you guess it right, there are 2 major differences. First, S25 Ultra will have an extra camera, which will not see a space on S25 and S25 Plus cases. Second, and this is extremely important, the rounded design. Now, looking at this look, this clearly shows us Samsung just removed the sharp corners. And it is different from base versions, but it keeps the Note style boxer design, which is a big plus for Note lovers. Although if you want a sharp corners, then Samsung is offering $300 to $400 discounts on S24 Ultra, which you can avail from product listed in this video. This is a video showing case of the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and this video also confirms both new features. Oh, I just forgot to mention, the sides are flat. Apart from this, we cannot take much out of this. Although this render does show the bezel size of S25 Ultra, but it looks bigger in size, which means it's not accurate. As we know, there is a bad news about the display of S25 Ultra, which is the older panel on the S25 Ultra. Samsung is using a cost-cutting strategy, and they're all gonna use M13 panel, which is same as S24 Ultra. Although the competitors like Google and Apple both already used M14 panel in their recent flagship devices. Still, some people claim Samsung will increase the peak brightness to 3000 nits and will improve the colors and fix all the previous problems. Let's see if these claims are right or wrong. But what confirms is the new software feature which we were waiting for decades, the seamless software update, also known as A/B partitioning. This will allow the phone to download the next big software update in the background, and when it's done with the downloading, you can reboot your device and get a new software. And it takes less time to install a new software update on your phone. This thing is related to hardware, which they already added in the Galaxy A55, which means previous Galaxy phones don't get this feature. Although Samsung didn't claim this feature coming for the S25 series, but if budget phone has it, no doubt S series will definitely have this feature. Samsung also added a new feature in the One UI 7, and it was more like a feature of Apple Intelligence. It's called AI notification, and please note, Samsung already added this feature in One UI 7 beta, so we cannot call this as a copy. But what this feature does is to summarize your notifications. Also, please note this feature will only be available in Korean language at the start, and later they will add a support for English and more languages. And this feature will not work on budget phones, and we are not sure if previous Galaxy phone would get this feature or not. I believe this would be a big battery drainer, as it will work constantly in the background for your notifications. Speaking of the battery life, I am already worried about the battery and performance numbers of Snapdragon 8 Elite, as those numbers are out and things are not looking great. As you guys must know, Samsung is going with a single processor on S25 series, Snapdragon 8 Elite, and it was already launched. But now we are getting real-world benchmarks on a device having Snapdragon 8 Elite, and things are crazy. There are 2 things I want to share, a good and a bad news. On the good side, Snapdragon 8 Elite beat every single phone in benchmarks, including the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Obviously, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is a year-old processor, but there's a big difference between Snapdragon 8 Elite and 8 Gen 3. These tests are from Android Authority, and this is tested on Realme GT7 Pro. The performance is amazing, but the sad news is heating issues. The phone didn't even complete the stress test, and it gives us this warning according to them. Although the results are surprising, as even the performance was dropped, but the phone still scores more than the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and phone gets hot with the 46 degrees Celsius at max. This means Samsung have to give us a bigger vapor chamber to control this heating issue. If you guys don't know, Samsung already gave us a bigger vapor chamber in S24 Ultra, 1.9 times bigger than the S23 Ultra. Seems like even bigger vapor chamber is needed on the S25 Ultra. Did you guys know why I said in the start I am a little bit worried? Because how Samsung would manage the battery life on the S25 Ultra. You know, every other company is increasing the battery size. OnePlus 13 came with a 6000 mAh battery. but Samsung is sticking with the same 5000 mAh battery and the same 45 watt of fast charger. This would be extremely difficult for Samsung to give us a better battery life compared to their competitors, and I already shared the processor situation before. Let's hope Samsung would optimize in a way to give us a better battery life. This single processor thing would ruin other things, as I already mentioned before about the display, and this will make Samsung to increase the price. The biggest hurdle this year we saw with Samsung was keeping the same price. S24 Ultra already saw a price increase and it was $100 more expensive than the iPhone 15 Pro Max and now even more expensive than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I'm talking about the launch price. But sources suggest due to the price hike in Snapdragon 8 Elite, Samsung will increase the price on S25 Ultra. And luckily, this year they're all going with the Snapdragon and there is no Exynos 2500, which means S25 entire series will going to get the same processor, but these devices will face a price hike. Don't know how much, but S24 Ultra launch price was $1,299. Maybe $1,350 or even going for $1,400 for S25 Ultra. This would be a risky move, since if they go close to $1,400, they might lose a lot of customers. Now the base model with the 256 gigs and two other models will be there. Interesting thing which you guys don't know is Samsung is finally bringing back the 16 gigs of RAM option in S25 Ultra, which means 512 gigs and 1 TB storage option might see a 16 gigs of RAM, and you can clearly see where the price is going. I'm expecting a similar price as a foldable phone, yes, a Z Fold 6. Did you guys know Samsung is expected to launch a special edition S25 model? This is a big surprise for Apple, as Samsung is ready to launch a special edition S25 model. Next year, Apple is planning to release a slimmer version of iPhone 17, and Samsung would do the same with the S25. Although, keep in mind, the upcoming launch would only include 3 models, S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra. This new S25 Slim would launch after the launch of S25 series. There's no exact date, but Samsung is ready to launch a slimmer version to test the market. And if it goes well, maybe we see a S26 with a slimmer design. Some sources do suggest Samsung may launch this model at a place of S25 FE, which they launch even after the launch of iPhone. Even this year, they'll launch it after the launch of iPhone 16 series. This seems more logical, but price tag would be a big concern. How they will market this S25 FE or S25 Slim model, being slimmer or being affordable or both. If you guys are confused about the Galaxy S25 Ultra and S24 Ultra, then this is a real difference. S24 Ultra and S25 Ultra looks different because the design is different. It's rounded on S25 Ultra compared to squared shape on S24 Ultra. There are some key points I want to share with you. It's true, Samsung is making a rounded phone, but it is not as rounded as other flagship phones and even different from the base model S24 or S24 Plus. Samsung barely removed the sharp corners on S25 Ultra, and you can clearly see the difference between the S25 Plus and S25 Ultra screen protectors. The sides are also going on a flatter side compared to slightly curved on the S24 Ultra. And one major change in the design is the back cameras. It is now confirmed Samsung would go with the Z Fold 6 camera design and not like the S24 Ultra. Some people like this design and some people don't, but keep in mind, it will not look exactly same as Z Fold 6. Maybe Samsung would give a slightly better camera design, but the overall look would be similar. This camera design is also confirmed from a hands-on of S25 Ultra. Remember, if you like S24 Ultra boxier design, you can get big deals right now, which you can check from a prior listed in this video. On this note, if you find value from this video, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.